Hi, everyone. It's Linda and Arlene. Beacons of balance. We're here about balance. And it's the new year. So, Linda, did you survive Christmas, New Year's?
No,
No.
I'm actually dead. You're seeing a ghost right now.
So, it's the new year. So, what does that mean for everyone? Of course, resolutions, new beginnings, right? It's the opportunity. And we all start the thing like, of course, what does everybody start from eating over the holidays?
I used to do that New Year's resolution, especially with eating and weight, and I'd start off pretty good and then boom, I was over.
I don't know how many Mondays I started. I think I lost a nation. I've gained and lost a nation over the period of time.
Yeah.
Anyway, so it's all new beginnings. And I guess the new year, you look at it as like a blackboard at school, and you erase it and it's a fresh start. So actually, every day when we get up, it's a fresh start, right?
And we cleanse our body. That's when your body gets rid of the toxins.
Yes, and sleep is the number. Well, stress is the number. The S's, stress and sleep. And you need sleep to regenerate, right?
Right? That's how they uh hurt people, prisoners, by not letting them have any sleep.
Yeah, when you're sleep deprived. So when our body, everything slows down, and our body naturally wants to heal, right? It's
Right.
self-healer. So
Exactly.
all the cells regenerate and all that. So it's very, very important for the sleep. So what do we do with a fresh start? Where do we start? I know for a lot of people it's difficult on where to start. I usually do like get a pad and make a list.
Yeah.
I don't know what you do, and it's time to like clean out the old. When you clean out something, it creates the void and then you usually fill it back up. But, clean it out and put down what you're trying and organize, organize things. For a lot of people, well, there's a lot of people out there that are hoarders. I don't
I
know.
know. My parents were hoarders.
I think you know what? We can't, we always say don't judge because we all have aspects of everything. All the things that are out there we have in us. We have it to varying degrees. And that's where the balance comes. Some of it goes like this. So I have issues like I have an issue with bags, not pocketbooks. I'm talking bags, like brown paper handled bags. I can't,
Yeah.
I can't
What's
get
your issue?
I don't know. I have a problem. I can't get rid of them. I
So you
fold
just collect them and collect them and
I
collect
fold
them?
I fold them up. I mean, I'm not bad. I'm not, but I put and then I have to get rid of them. I don't know. I feel like it's such a waste. It probably goes back to old stuff. I don't know. And even when I'm giving things to, like, say my kids come over and I give them leftovers, and I'll look at the bag and I'll think, "Oh, that's a nice bag. I don't know if I want to." It's and I know what I'm doing it. I think I'm nuts.
I've never heard of that before.
Well, okay,
Not with bags.
what do you have? Because we all have something.
Uh, not bags.
Shoes, pocketbooks, scar. Is there something?
Because I have no problem going through and getting rid of clothes and shoes and
You
pocketbooks.
purge. You purge good.
I definitely get rid of everything.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what? I would say that I overshop at Costco. When we went through that, no toilet paper and all that, I would buy every week. And so I have tons of toilet paper and paper towel.
It's like when we moved, from our other house to this house, as you're packing up everything, I'm looking like, oh my God, the cleaners, like different cleaners, spray cleaners. And like, not that I got it, but my husband got it. And then we had like five, six. I go, oh my God. So I'm trying to purge and lessen.
That's another thing. We can have too many bottles of cleaners. And I have a lot of spices. I need to look at the expiration dates and dump them.
So this is a good thing. So cleaning out, yeah, like refrigerators, right? You go in there and you check the dates. It's like 4 years old. And even
One day, my son just decided to go into my spices, and I couldn't believe all the stuff he threw out. He said, "Mom, all of it was expired some years."
well,
You know, you don't remember if you have that spice, so you go ahead and buy another
you
bottle.
have like 3 of them. Yeah, yeah.
I got sage coming out my you know what.
So it's another good time to, organize your thoughts.
Yes.
What's going on in our minds to, as we always say, like you said at the end, be the change you want to see. Um,
Yeah.
really go through that and be aware of yourself and be aware of what's going on in there.
And my parents were 30s, born in the 30s, so they went through the depression. And let me tell you, my parents knew what it was like to go hungry. So
They
they
probably
hoarded.
they held on to things.
They
And
never threw
I
nothing
think a
out.
lot of people, I have a friend of mine and her husband, she said there's stuff in the refrigerator. It'll be like, you think it's like turning mildew. I was like, oh no, it's still good. Just
That's my mother.
cut it off and just eat. Well, if you had nothing, it's true. If you were,
Yeah, that was my mom. A little piece of cucumber like that big.
our cult, here in the US, we waste.
Oh yeah.
We're a wasteful nation. And it goes back to your lineage, your heritage with the natives, right? The
Yeah.
natives honored, they revered, right, the land,
They ate every piece of the buffalo, used all the skin.
but they honored it. And I mean, when
But they were nomads. They also went periods of hunger. They also went through that. That's why the Native Americans' metabolism wasn't designed to eat 3 meals a day. That's why you'll notice natives will hold on to weight because we were starving back in the day.
yeah, I don't think any of us were supposed to have 3 meals a day.
Who?
I don't think any of us should be having 3 meals a day.
Yeah, and the Irish, they went through a bad famine,
Oh, and they had the
So sometimes
potatoes. Yeah.
I was just watching a show on, I think it was on YouTube, that they were saying people do eat so much it cuts their lifespan down.
Well,
You're
then we could
way
get into
better off barely eating.
it's well, it's not so much that, it's the processing of what we've and that's a whole cycle because they make the food with all the additives, then you get sick and then you need the pills. There you
There you
go. And it's simple,
go.
that's it. So, and years ago, they ate the foods that they grew and they ate the simple things. And yeah, they made cakes and pies and that, but it was just
From
what?
scratch.
Some flour, good flour, sugar, that, but they worked it off because they were out in the fields, they were gardening, they were active. What
Yeah.
do? We sit our butts down in front of the TV.
With a big plate of something, watching something on the tube.
A good thing is, again, to make a list and, get something to write it down to make yourself sort of accountable to yourself, But I think when you do the act of writing it, that's another process of writing it and putting it down or doing it on the computer and making a list and, just see what happens with it. And to make a change, it could be for your health, your relationships, for now, a new job. I mean, if you're not happy, look for a new job, your diet, clean out the old.
And be in grace for what you do have, and then hand it over to the universe and say, I would like these things, and then let it go.
So the resolutions for the new year, yeah, is to, if you want to change, it's up to each and every one of us. We're in,
And once,
we're in what
right,
we're in what we created, correct? Yeah.
and once you give it to the other side, they don't let you go. They will make it happen, even if it means removing some things you thought you couldn't live without. They will make it happen.
Yeah. We always, and I think we go into that fear thing of, that thing of holding on. We
Yes.
want to hold on to it because we just don't want to let it go. Even
Well, and we identify with it. And as humans, we need to identify with something. We have egos. We need to identify with people, places, our things. George Carlton did a funny thing about people needing their things.
oh, George
And at the
Carlin,
end of the day, none of that stuff matters. So
George Carlin, I loved. He was so fun. I've saw him live a couple. He was hilarious.
It's
He was so
hilarious.
smart. And it's true. We don't, like I always said, right? We come in butt naked and
Right.
we're leaving butt naked. We're not going to take anything with us. And a really good one is Steve Jobs, because he got so sick at the end before he died. And he really went into self thought and realization and meditation of what his life was about. And
Yeah.
I think the book that he had on his nightstand was Yogananda, the
Okay. Yeah, I
Parashita
have that.
Yogananda.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. And he really got into that. And he said, it doesn't matter. You have a watch, you can have a Rolex, you can have a Timex. Guess what? It gives you the time, right?
That it
It
doesn't
doesn't
matter. A
matter.
car is a
You have
car.
you have a Lamborghini or you have a horse and buggy. It still gets you there.
There
I
you
mean, all
go.
those things, the things that we have are okay. I think it's okay, but it's all right. We're not to do it from, I have this, so I'm better than you, or look at me because I have this. But if you want, say, a Rolex or a Lamborghini because you really like it and you like the performance and what it does, hey, and you can afford it, that's fine, you
That's
know?
fine.
And we should look at the folks that have that or whatever and go, cool, that's great. And you can have
Right.
the same thing. I mean, everything is out there for each one of us. And I always say, no, not one of us is better than anyone else.
And people, like my mom was very judgy. She would always size people up, and I I just think she was maybe even jealous, but she was always kind of judgy. And we all kind of caught up with that. You start, oh, excuse me, white shoes after Labor Day. Thanks to my awakening, I got rid of that. But
I don't know. Do we totally get rid of it? I think we all kind of do it. You become conscious and you say, oh, what am I, don't do that or whatever. But
right,
we kind
exactly.
of, and then sometimes you're with a group of others, peers, and you could all start doing that, together
Yeah.
because you kind of fall into that.
Well, people want to feel important. You want to think at the end of the day, really, you're a vibrational energy connected to source. We're all the same. Nobody's better than anyone else.
So, folks, whatever, this is the beginning of the new year. So, whatever you want to bring in, be like we always say, the change, and write it down, manifest it, see it coming, and create it to be, because they'll be there and they'll let it go, and we'll talk about that further on the next episode and that.
Well, also, can I tell you another quick story? I was reading a woman, this is in my book too, this just short thing, not too long ago. She was a lovely woman. She had been married 17 years to a man and wasn't happy. We all go through that. And so she met the nicest man in the world. She couldn't believe her luck. He was cool, he was nice, she just so enjoyed him. 7 months they had, and then he died in his sleep. And she went catapulted, just got so upset and like, God has obviously cursed me. And this angel appeared before her and said, are you weeping because you're sad? Or are you weeping because he still lives and you don't? Life is for the living, when we're all in this dismay and we're down on ourselves, that's not being with life.
Yeah, it's a very profound point. We could be here living like right now, right? We're breathing in,
Right.
but
But some people,
we could be dead. We could be dead inside because
I know I've read people that I could feel it. And I said, you know what? You're not awake. You're just barely existing. And they usually say, you're right.
it's true. I remember, I look at my, all the years and everything and relationships and that, and I love people. I like to have people around because I was deprived as a child. That was another story. But, I could be around like a lot of, say I would have, big gatherings, parties or whatever. And I was sad because where my life was at the time. And I just felt like it didn't matter that they were there because I just felt isolated and alone and by myself, I wasn't
Right.
sparked with it.
Exactly. Exactly.
And then you could be by yourself and be very vibrant and full. Like
Right. Right.
like you and I, right? We don't we could We're we're our own Linda, you and
I
I are
like
Linda, you and I are
I
our
like
own,
being by myself.
we're our own party.
I know. Party of two for beacons of,
A balance. You'll get it yet.
yeah,
All right, everyone. We love you guys. Remember, it starts here at the new year. Love yourself. Love yourself every day. You're
exactly.
wonderful. You deserve the best. Remember that. You deserve the best.
Yeah, and
Don't,
try to get out of your own way. Don't be a Debbie Downer. Don't be thinking, I won't get this, or you just try to be vibrationally connected.
yeah, because if you say that, that's exactly what you're going to bring forward.
Exactly.
And then you're going to say,
Exactly.
see? So, and from our hearts to your hearts, we love you always in total love, balance, peace. If you have inner peace, you have it all.
You have it all.
Till the next time. Love you, honey.
Love
Yeah.
you.
Bye.
Bye.